You can make a comment on our Facebook page at facebook.com/cspan, or you can send an email to wj@cspan.org. First call up is John in New York City. John, what do you think about everybody gets a trophy and the potential for living in a society of entitlement?
Yes, I disagree that everyone should get a trophy because it sets kids up for failure and for a sad look on the world. Because I mean, you don't always get a trophy for participating in life. But on the other hand, I was quite proud of my son for when he first had sex, and I wanted to give him a trophy for that.
All right, we'll leave that there. And we'll move on to Bill in San Francisco. Bill, what do you think? Everybody gets a trophy.
I think everyone should get a trophy.
Why?
Because the Special Olympics is an example of a situation in which people should, kids who normally wouldn't feel very good about themselves, like schizophrenics and cripples and people of that nature, have the ability to feel positive about themselves. And also, I'll be voting for D's Nuts in 2016.
And that's Bill in San Francisco, California. And the comment I was looking for here is from Stephen. And it was a little bit related to what Bill had to say, at least the first part of what he had to say, which is, I was a Republican in Detroit. Hi, Travis.
Hello. Speaking of new faces, I generally have voted Republican over the years, but recently I've become disillusioned with the party, and I found an independent candidate that's been getting some press lately called D's Nuts, and I was wondering what your views on that were, what his chances are.
And I don't know if you want to address that, Mr. Forbes.
No, but I think you're going to see. By the way, talking about new names, you're going to see more. I think coming on the Democratic candidates. All of them are eligible for Social Security. What does that tell you? So there's going to be plenty of grist for the mill for traditional journalists and for the comedians as well.
And by the way, D's Nuts has been identified as a 15-year-old farm boy in Iowa named Brady Olson. Next call for Steve Forbes.
Well, sadly, 15, you got to be 35, I think, under the Constitution to be president.
Robert, let's take some calls. Carl Racine is our guest. He is the Attorney General for the City of Washington, D.C., graduate of the University of Pennsylvania Law School, undergrad UVA. Troy is in Portland, Oregon. Please go ahead.
Hello, Mr. Attorney General. Unfortunately, I think that we're looking at the wrong issue. This is a mental health issue. Kids are always going to find stuff to get high on. And, for example, I actually read a report about this thing called cheesing. Now, this is going to sound really odd, but when two male cats get together, their urine can make you really fucking high.
You know what? I apologize for that, Mr. Racine. Next call is Robin in Old Forge, Pennsylvania. Hi, Robin. Next. Hi, Bob.
Hello. I think the issue is that not only do kids these days not have much to look forward to, but putting them in prison for smoking pot for 5 or so years, they call it criminal university. It makes them into hardened criminals. And Chris Christie recently was talking about how marijuana indicates a lack of self-control. But as far as I'm concerned, lay off the donut.
All right. Before Bob got a little frivolous, he was talking about